Today I'm attempting the biggest real-life NFL trades in Madden 25, beginning with the trade that sent Akers to the Vikings. I mean, it literally just took the Vikings a 2026 6th-round pick, and in return they got Akers in a 2026 7th. So what are the odds this gets accepted in Madden 25? Of course it doesn't, dude. For this trade to be accepted like it was in real life, the Vikings would have had to send, what, like 10 more 6th-round picks? Hold on, what if we set the trade difficulty to very easy? Imagine this doesn't get accepted on the easiest trade difficulty, and still, dude, you need like, what, 7 more 6? Gotta love the Madden trade logic. Now, from here, what we do is see what it actually would take in Madden 25 for this trade to be accepted. What about a couple 5th-round picks? Is this enough? No. Keep in mind, this wasn't accepted, but in real life, it only took a 6th and 7th-round swap from 2026. Like, I don't even know if like a 2026 3rd-round pick would be enough. Again, dude, declined, which is crazy. So I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below how you feel about Madden trade logic. So let's see, the Texans have had some receivers get injured, so we get their own little Brandon Powell. He get some playing time in Houston, and the trade is still declined, but at least it's getting closer. So from here, let's go ahead and throw in the pick it actually took the Vikings to acquire him, on top of a 3rd and Brandon Powell. Submit this bad boy through, and finally Cam Akers is a Minnesota Viking. But as you noticed, it took a little bit more in Madden 25 than what it did in real life. Now the trades are only going to get crazier today, and at the same time, we'll really be able to dissect and test how realistic Madden's trade logic really is. Now next trade we attempt today is going to involve the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots, as the Chiefs acquire linebacker Josh Uche for literally just a 2026 6th-round selection. So I think we all can guess this is probably going to get rejected, and to be fair, it was a little bit closer to being accepted than the Cam Akers trade. So on top of that, what's it going to take? Which is easy as this seemed to me, like at the end of the day, you still had to throw on top a 4th-round pick. Next up, we have a trade involving the Arizona Cardinals and Denver Broncos. Cardinals go out and acquire outside linebacker Baron Browning. And it seems like a common theme today. All it literally took was a 2025 6th-round selection. And again, I expect this to be rejected. And this was worse off than the Josh trade. So what will it take on top of that? Like the 4th was enough to acquire Uche, but like I just don't even think a 4th is gonna be enough for this one. It's not even halfway to being accepted yet, dude. So I just want to kind of try this. Let's go with like a 2026 3rd-round selection, which apparently nowadays is incredible value for some of these players. I want to try to get as much as I possibly can out of it. So can we get a couple 6th-round selections? And no, it's still halfway. So it was a 2026 3rd-round pick, not enough to bring in Baron Browning when a 2026 was enough. My God, dude, like it's just so crazy how the trade logic is just so off compared to real life. The Broncos need an outside linebacker. What if we threw in Julian Okwara? So a 3rd-round pick and a linebacker swap, and it's at least in the orange now, but this is still nuts. Let's keep on going, see if there's a cornerback we can offer. Let's go throw in Elijah Jones, a young cornerback. The Broncos could use him, and it's in the green now, but still not accepted. Oh, this is just so crazy. Like, I just wonder how Madden can make the trade logic better. Like, how can they get it more realistic? Because obviously it's not working. What if we did go ahead and throw in a top 100 pick from 2025, and the trade was finally accepted, which again is insane when you consider what it actually took in real life. Now let me tell you something, this was a wild one, as the Cincinnati Bengals go out and acquire Bears running back Khil Herbert. I mean, it's a nice solid 77 rated running back, and literally all it took was a 2025 7th-round selection. And as again, you probably can assume, it's not even freaking close. That's probably the worst trade so far. Let's just take out the 7th-round pick and start to cook here. Like, what about a straight up swap here? Chase Brown, the young up and coming running back, for Khil Herbert. I mean, I assume it's not going to be accepted. It's in the green though. So what about Chase Brown on top of that 7th-round pick, which again was what it took in real life? Submitted through, and it's declined again. So what about a backup offensive lineman, Cody Ford here, who cheated on his TikTok famous girlfriend? I actually saw them on my honeymoon, which is just crazy. That's just really weird. I'm gonna submit it through. Trade was finally accepted, but again, this is nuts when you consider it only took the 7th in real life. Now I have to say, this by far is the craziest trade yet. This came literally out of nowhere. The Dallas Cowboys go out and trade for wide receiver Jonathan Mingo from the Carolina Panthers. On top of Mingo, they also brought in a 2025 7th, but they shipped on, dude, a 4th-round selection, which again is crazy when you consider all these other trades where it only took like 6th-round picks. I'm not gonna lie, I have a feeling this might be the first trade that actually gets accepted in Madden like it did in real life. Submit it through. Just kidding. Oh my God, dude, why is Madden's trade logic so bad? Like, I don't even know if a 3rd-round pick is enough, which is insane, dude, when you consider literally everybody's been clowning Jerry Jones for this. Like, I don't even know if a 2nd-round pick is is enough. Like, what is happening right now? Like, nobody's trading a second-round pick for Jonathan Mingo. Like, Madden has lost their freaking mind. Panthers need a tight end. We can throw in Luke Schoonmaker, and they also need a quarterback. So we'll throw in old Trey Lance, who Jerry also traded a 4th-round pick for. So a 2nd-round pick, Luke, Trey Lance, for Jonathan Mingo in the 7th-round selection, and it's still freaking declined. This is actually so insane, dude. I'm telling you, things are just gonna get crazier today. So what if we also threw in that 4th-round selection, which again, in real life was enough on its own to bring in Jonathan Mingo in the 7th. Let's submit it through, and the trade is still declined. So on top of what it took in real life, we threw in Schoonmaker, Trey Lance in a 2nd, and it's just still not accepted. Oh my god, dude, this game is so insane. It's just so crazy. They need a deep tackle, so we're throwing the veteran Jordan Phillips here, and trade is still declined. Like, I don't even know. Like, what do we even do from here? I guess throwing another draft pick, like, how about a 2026 5th, and it's freaking still declined. Dumb game. So how about a 2026 4th-round selection? Finally, dude. Like, this is just nuts. Somebody at EA Sports got to get fired for this. Now, this next trade was a real interesting one because it involves my Tennessee Titans. The Seattle Seahawks went out and acquired middle linebacker Ernest Jones, who was initially a Ram at the beginning of the year. The Titans traded for him for like a 7th-round pick, and then the Seahawks go out, trade a 2025 4th-round selection, and also in the deal, they throw in their middle linebacker Jerome Baker. But I do think this has a chance to be the first and possibly only trade today to be accepted just like it was in real life. The 4th, Jerome Baker for Ernest Jones, submit it through, and it's still not accepted, dude. I really don't know if we're gonna have one trade accepted off the get-go today. But on top of that, it really shouldn't take that much more. Let's just throw in like a 2026 7th-round selection, and this should be enough to see Ernest Jones become a Seahawk. But again, by far the closest trade that we've seen compared to real life today. Now, this is where things start to get super spicy. Baltimore Ravens made a pretty big splash here on deadline day. They go out and acquire the veteran cornerback Tre'Davious White, who is the lowest overall player in Madden 25 to still have an X factor. He's definitely fell off a little bit the last few years, but he's been great before. Maybe he'll regain his form in Baltimore. But again, dude, insane what it took to get him. It literally just took a 2026 7th-round pick. Like, the Rams literally just thrown him away for free. And with him being an X factor, dude, I think this is probably gonna be the worst trade so far. Like, look at that, dude. That would take what, like 57th-round picks? Like, I don't even know if a 2nd-round pick is enough to bring him in. Like, maybe a 1st-rounder isn't even enough. It's declined. Like, a 2nd-round pick is declined when a 7th was enough to bring him in IRL. Ah, this game is just so nuts. But it shouldn't take much from here. Like, maybe a 5th-round pick, submit it through, still declined. Just crazy work. So maybe we throw in a little player from here. I mean, they need a middle linebacker since they did trade away Ernest Jones at the beginning of the season. So we're gonna put in Malik Harrison into the trade, and finally it was accepted. But again, just nuts when all it took was a 7th. Now, the Steelers here have another trade involving a 7th-round selection. They go out and acquire a player from the Green Bay Packers, and that player is none other than Preston Smith. And again, another trade that literally just takes one single 7th-round pick from 2025. I can tell you right now, this is probably gonna be as bad as last trade. Yeah, we need about 69 more 7ths. So let's go straight in with a 4th-round selection, and that's not even halfway. I don't even know if a 3rd-round pick's gonna be enough. 3rd-round pick for a guy that only took a 7th in real life, and it's barely past halfway. Like, somebody's gotta fix this stupid freaking game. So let's try and shift some players on here. What about old Darnell Washington? That's some linebackers we can play with. You know what? Let's throw in a Landon Roberts. Like, I feel like that should be enough. A 3rd and a Landon Roberts for Preston Smith, and it's finally accepted. But again, the theme continues that somebody at this studio needs to be fired. Now, fellas, the NFL season is in full swing, and you best believe I'm gonna be making my way to a few more games this season, which is exactly why I'm here to tell you about my special hookup with today's sponsor, SeatGeek. You can use my promo code RBT10 to get 10% off any tickets at SeatGeek, whether you're a new SeatGeek customer or a veteran. Sports, concerts, festivals, if you can name it, SeatGeek has it. I think you guys know by now how much I love myself some SeatGeek, because as you can see, once again, every single sporting event I've attended for the past 5 years, I've used SeatGeek. SeatGeek is super simple to use and understand as they rate every single ticket on their platform on a rating scale from 1 to 10. As you're looking for tickets, make sure to look for the green dots, as green means good and red means bad. So no matter how many times you've used SeatGeek, code RBT10 will get 10% off your SeatGeek order. So go ahead and take out that cell device of your preference, open up the SeatGeek app, open up, come on. And when that sell device finally decides to cooperate and open up SeatGeek, go ahead and add RBT10 to your account. And make sure to go ahead and take advantage of this offer now, as it's only available for a limited time. And the Steelers aren't done yet, as they had another banger go down on deadline day. They've been needing a receiver for so long, dude. They finally land one in Mike Williams. And even though in game he's an 83 overall superstar, it literally only took the Pittsburgh Steelers a 2025 fifth to bring him in. And I'm assuming this is going to be so far off. Yep. Again, dude, I just don't know if we're going to have one trade actually get accepted today. This is nuts. Let's do a player for player trade here, see what it takes. So the Jets do need a quarterback. What if this is where we throw in Justin Fields? So Justin Fields for Mike Williams. This will be an interesting one, and it's not even halfway. Just crazy. What if we threw in that 5th round pick? I don't even think it budged. So let's keep going here, dude. Let's keep going. We'll throw in Darnell Washington again. Still not halfway. Like, this might take a freaking 1st round pick. Like, on top of those pieces we already have in there, what if we throw in a 3rd round pick from 2026? Is this enough? It's not even halfway. Like, I don't even know if a 1st round pick is enough to bring in Mike freaking Williams, dude. What if we did a swap? 1st round pick for Mike Williams and a 3rd. Ooh, that's mighty close. So what if we just did a 2nd round pick? Barely over halfway, man. But how about a 2nd, a 2026 3rd, and let's do a 2026 4th. Surely, dude, this is enough. Surely. No, it's freaking not. How about a 2025 4th thrown in as well? This is insanity, dude. This is pure insanity. Either these GMs are getting ripped off, or this is the dumbest game of all freaking time. Surely a 5th is enough. Like, surely. There's just no way it takes more. Finally, Mike Williams is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. It only took a 5th in real life, but in this stupid freaking game, it takes a 2nd, a 3rd, 2 4ths, and a 5th. Quality franchise mode. Now time for the Minnesota Vikings to make their 2nd trade of the day, which they've actually gone out and acquired the 2nd highest rated player we've attempted to trade for today. That's the old left tackle Cam Robinson. Also in the deal, they squeezed in a little 2026 7th round pick action, and just crazy to me, dude, that this only took a 2026 5th round pick to get it done. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time, dude. Declined again, although it's better than some of the other trades we've seen. So let's see what it'll take on top of that. We'll go after a player for player deal first. What about Fabian Moreau, since the Texans need a corner? We need an outside linebacker. We could throw in Patrick Jones. Let's see if this is at least like halfway, and that's accepted. Now that's actually crazy to me. Like, how did that happen? But at the end of the day, it still wasn't accepted like it was in real life. But maybe this banger the Lions pulled off on deadline day will be. Once Aiden Hutchinson went down with that terrible season-ending injury, they needed help on the edge, and they went out and acquired Darius Smith from the Browns. Also squeaked out a little 2026 7th action. And all it took was a 2025 5th and a 2026 6th. Would be shocked if this was out of the red, and it's not even close. So according to Madden, the Lions definitely won this trade. So on top of what we already threw in, I just want to try something crazy, like maybe a 2026 3rd round selection. Not even halfway, so I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go straight through and try a 2nd round pick. Surely this is gonna be accepted, and it's declined. Again, took a 5th and a 6th. Brother, this game breaks my freaking brain. Now, the Browns obviously do need a quarterback, so maybe they're interested in Hendon Hooker. They also need the tackle help, and maybe we could throw in like Mekhi Wingo. Surely this is enough. It's not. At least it's in the green though. So what the heck do I even do from here? Surely a 2026 3rd's enough. Finally it is, but again, just absolutely freaking mental. Now is the point in the videos where these trades start to get a little insane, as the Baltimore Ravens strike a trade with the Carolina Panthers to bring in the former Pittsburgh Steeler Deontay Johnson. They also got a 2025 6th, and literally all it took was a 2025 5th. Now this might be the most declined trade of the entire day. Not really, but still, we only need about what, 15, 16 5th round picks, and we'd be good. Let's go ahead and get crazy with this, boys. Let's try players only, like about Isaiah Likely, since the Panthers need a tight end. We also could use a young receiver in return, like maybe Devonte Walker. Also need some cornerback help in Carolina, and they have a ton of quality ones. So let's go and throw in Arthur Mollett. How about this? Submitting it through? And that's actually a lot closer than what I expected, but when you consider the fact that it only took a 5th round pick, dude, this is kind of nuts. But from here, it should be simple, like maybe a little measly 7th round pick, maybe 2 7th round picks would be enough. 2026 7th thrown in, and still declined. One more 7th though gets the job done. But again, the Madden trade logic continues to baffle me. Now this trade between the Kansas City Chiefs and my Tennessee Titans breaks my freaking heart, as the Chiefs swoop in to get DeAndre Hopkins. The fact we gave DeAndre Hopkins to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs is just terrible. That's terrible for the other 31 teams involved. And what makes it even worse is it only took a 2025 fifth, which to be fair, the fifth can become a fourth if they do make it to the Super Bowl, which is very possible. But unfortunately, you can't do that in Madden, so we have to submit just for the 5th round selection, and that's just not close. Like, did we think anything else was going to happen? Like, I don't even know if a 2nd round pick is going to be enough, and it's not. I mean, as a Titans fan, you know, I would love to get a 2nd round pick and a little bit more. So now, what if we threw in that 5th round pick, which again was enough to get them in real life? Still not even in the green yet. So as a Titans fan, let me actually go about this trade and find some players that I would actually want in return, and some players that I also might would trade. Like, how about Sky Moore? Like, I wouldn't mind adding another young receiver that potentially could maybe 5 years down the line become something half decent. What else? What else could we use? Well, maybe Jaden Hicks, because we do need some safety help. So about a 2nd, 5th round pick. Sky Moore and Jaden Hicks thrown into the deal. And it's in the green finally, but there's still a little ways to go. I mean, all we can really do from here is throw in some more draft picks, and let's see if a 2026 4th is enough to see this deal through, and it's not. So maybe we take out that 4th and throw in a 2025 3rd. Surely, dude, this has got to be enough. And finally, D-Hop is a Kansas City Chief. And again, as a Titans fan, like, why didn't we try to get a little bit more? I think it's safe to say we lost this trade. The crazy trades continue as another one here that made the other 31 teams very unhappy, as the Buffalo Bills finally go out and acquire a #1 receiver, bringing in the old veteran Amari Cooper to Buffalo. Another one of those deals, though, where they also squeezed in a 2025 6th. And it took a decent amount in comparison to some of the other trades today, when most of them was only taking, like, what, a 6th round pick from 2026, a 7th from 2025. Took a 2025 3rd, and also a 2026 7th. Now, with Amari Cooper by far being the highest rated player we've attempted to trade for today, I would be shocked if this was even close to halfway. And it's not even out the red yet, dude. Like, this might take a 1st round pick and more. I think I'm just gonna go straight in. So the Browns got a 1st round pick from the Bills, submit it through, it's barely halfway. So according to Madden, at least, the Cleveland Browns got fleeced. Now, what about a 2nd? Still declined, dude. Like, I know it's in the green now, but again, when you just compare the fact that it only took them a 3rd round pick, like, this is insane. Let's see if we can do a little wide receiver swap here, like maybe throw in the veteran Curtis Samuel. Have no need for Dawson Knox anymore, so we can throw him in there. Surely this is enough though, right? Surely. Yes, it is, finally. But again, in comparison, this game is nuts, which some of you might think the next trade we try and complete is even nuttier. Of course, the Jets had to go out and acquire 91 rated superstar X Factor Devonte Adams to pair him back up with old Aaron Rodgers, and literally all it took was a 2025 3rd round selection, which with Devonte being a 91 rated, I can tell you right now, dude, this is just not happening whatsoever. Like, look at that. We need what? Like, let me do some eye estimation. About 15 3rd round picks? I mean, Devonte is by far the highest rated player we've had to trade for yet, but like, I don't even think a 1st round pick is going to be enough. And according to Madden, this is the 10th overall selection, so this is a top 10 pick we're trading away for a 31 rated receiver. Gonna submit it through, and it's not even in the green. It's barely even halfway. Oh my gosh, dude, this might be freaking impossible. Like, what if we went ahead and throw in a 2nd round pick? So a 1st and a 2nd when it only took a 3rd. Let's try this one, and it's still not even in the freaking green. So now, what if we threw in the initial 3rd round pick, which again was all it took to get him in real life? I don't even know if this is gonna be accepted. It's still declined, dude. So on top of what it took in real life, we put a 1st and 2nd round pick, and we're still not having this trade accepted yet. Oh my gosh, dude. It's like, what do we do? Throw in some players? Who would the Raiders even want? Like, maybe Michael Carter? We need outside linebacker. We could trade Jamie and Sherwood. The tackle, we could get rid of possibly Javon Kinlaw. Like, I don't even know if this is enough, and it's still not. Oh my gosh, dude, this game breaking my freaking brain. Let's do it. Let's go ahead, throw in a 4th round pick from 2025, and finally, this package was enough to bring in Devonte Adams, which is absolutely insane when it only took a 3rd. And here we freaking have it, boys. The most insane trade of the 2024 NFL trade deadline. The Washington Commanders, who've had an incredible season so far, are really fighting to try to go all the way this year, so they go in and acquire one of the Saints' best players in Marshon Lattimore. They also somehow convinced the Saints to throw in a 2025 5th, which all it took in return was a 2025 3rd, a 2025 4th, and a 2025 6th. So keep in mind, if this trade doesn't get accepted, not a single real-life trade was accepted in Madden. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have high hopes for this one, and it's not even halfway. Gosh dang it, dude. Like, what can they really do about the trade logic? Because obviously, dude, something's completely off. So again, this is probably going to be a situation where it does take a 1st round pick, and the Commanders in this game, for some reason, has the #2 overall selection. Like, keep in mind, this would be like trading the Jaden Daniels selection selection. There's a very good chance it could be accepted, and it's not. It's not even in the green. Oh my gosh, dude. Like, I would love for somebody at EA Sports to see this and fix this freaking trade logic, because obviously, as you've seen today, 16 trades we tried to complete, and not one of them has been accepted like it was in real life. So obviously, this game's trade logic isn't realistic. Let's see. The Saints need a wide receiver. The Commanders don't have that many that are really good, to be honest, but we could trade in like Noah Brown by chance. Any strong safety. We could throw in Jeremy Reeves, who I had a ping pong class with in college. We also need some offensive guard help, which I don't think we have anybody want to trade away. Maybe Cornelius Lucas. How about this? Is this enough to bring in Marshon Lattimore? No, but at least it's in the green now. So maybe from here we can throw in a few measly draft picks. Maybe a 4th from 2025 is enough. Not quite. I honestly don't even know if a 3rd round pick would be enough. And keep in mind, it only took my 3rd, 4th, and 6th. And we're throwing in 1st round picks, bunch of players. Let's see. Oh my gosh. But from here, we should be able to throw in like a pack of Sriracha Ranch sunflower seeds. And this should be enough to bring in Marshon Lattimore. Trade was finally accepted. But according to Madden 25, Saints fans got absolutely fleeced. So we've now officially attempted every single in real life trade in Madden 25. And fellas, I think it is safe to say that Madden 25 sucks. But hopefully you didn't think this video sucked, and if you didn't, you can click right here to watch another one of my Madden 25 bangers. While you're here, please click that subscription button. Still trying to pass Mr. Beast. Only need about 100, 200 million more. We got this. Come on, click it, please.